everyone. Welcome back to Dark and Dicey. Woo! And we got a couple of really fun things for you today. First of all, we have a guest star today, Amanda, voice of Sailor Jupiter. Do you want to introduce yourself really quick to the audience?
Sure.
Yeah.
I feel like that's all they need to know.
Oh, okay. Amanda, Sailor Jupiter.
What about, you're also Naruto's
I'm
son.
Naruto's son.
That's right, Boruto.
Yeah.
How is your dad?
Stupid as ever. Stupid old man.
Well, thank you for joining us today. It's going to be a real fun time. Also, second thing, Zach is back.
Hello.
Zach is back.
And I brought my dice.
Oh, snap! It's finally happened! Yeah, show us real quick. It's been 50 years.
So these are these like nice little pink like oil slick ones, if you can see these. They got a nice little fit. These are my favorites. And I also got some darker, like reddish purple.
Ooh. Dark and dicey.
Yeah.
Darker and dicey.
These are the dark, these are the dicey. So sorry I was gone for a couple weeks. I was in Sweden meeting fans. And
How
hanging out.
dare
It
you.
was very,
How could you?
very cool.
Sweden.
How could
I'm
you
back
give
now.
up Dungeons and Dragons to go to Sweden?
I'm sorry. Please don't kill my character.
No, but a couple of things have happened while you were gone. Things have escalated.
I heard whispers.
Yeah, whispers indeed. Let's catch you up really quick on the story. So last time, the party discovered what was under the Death Star that was trying to unbury itself. It turned out to be this demi-lich named Dwight, who was the original owner of the Black Steel Isles. He was a researcher who did experimentations on alchemy and discovered that buried beneath the island were remnants of this thing called Zudun's power, right? And he discovered that this power was absorbing magic to try to manifest itself in this realm. So, being the neutral kind of lich researcher he is, he decided to dedicate a portion of his immortality to keeping this power from more or less overrunning the world. And he's been doing that for hundreds of years until, of course, Allgard came, conquered his spire, took his phylactery, and started using it as a wish-granting artifact instead of the thing that seals the Elder Evil under the island, of which he does not know. So that occurred. Dwight discovered that you guys have no real love for Allgard, have no real love for Allhaven, and has more or less hired you to do his dirty work, sort of. And of course, Werblund has not been a part of this. But Werblund, he was gone because he and Filbert was sent on a small trading mission with the lizard folk. After having produced your old famished, it's become...
Cheese.
Yes, not so much disappointing anymore. It has become one of the main exports of Fairheim. So the lizard folks were dying to get their hands on it. So you've been off on a trading mission with Filbert and your cultists. Yes, to be rich.
Has this given me any physical gold that I can add to my inventory?
You didn't. The lizard folks have precious few gold, but what they did end up trading you was very rare bones. These bones they fashion into everything, right? They use these for their tools, weapons. They use it as a sort of currency. So these are very important to their tribe. And they've given you these very select, very choice a chest full of bones that you can craft into almost anything.
Cool.
Very high quality stuff. And you've come back at this point, and you having come back to Fairheim, you've noticed that none of your friends are there, right? So you ask around, and there's whispers of stuff happening at the Death Star. So you decide, hey, why not take a look, right? And at this moment, Filbert and the four cultists are still with you because they're curious too. You get to the Death Star. You notice this crazy bone architecture, a cathedral buried deep into the ground. That's new.
How deep are we talking here?
You can't see from where you are. You'd have to actually go into the Death Star, look into the temple, and be like, oh, that deep.
Okay.
But you do notice, just from a glance, Trixa, who was outside for a little bit. You notice her kind of like yelling down into the temple itself, and then hopping in, and that's basically the first thing you see when you arrive on the scene. You guys have not left the temple yet. You are still sort of hanging out with Dwight, doing your thing, right? And that's where we're gonna start this session. So you have just seen that crazy-looking bone cathedral. It looks like it's grown very deep into the ground.
What?
Question.
Yes.
Was Werblin present for the games?
Werblin was not present for the games.
Okay.
Actually, Werblin, retroactively, will you please make a wisdom saving throw, DC 15?
What?
Sorry,
Yeah.
that's why I asked.
Thank you. Thank you for reminding me.
I don't know what's happening, but I feel like you're the student that asks the teacher if we have any homework. Let's see. 11.
11. Okay. Every memory you have of Google MacGuffin vanishes into the ether. You
Okay.
remember everything around Google MacGuffin. You remember the events of Waterdeep. You remember the weird carriage chase. You remember everything that has to do with him, but not him.
Okay.
It just sort of poofs from your memory.
Okay.
Whoops.
Oops.
All right. Filbert sort of is waddling behind. He's like, hey, so what did you find? Oh, we should go.
Oh, would you quiet down?
That's a lot of necromancy. I'm not built to handle that amount of necromancy.
What in the bloody hell did you expect to walk back into with this
I don't know.
They're always messing something up.
You're
You're coming with?
The cultists are like, are you sure that's a we should? Okay, all right, we'll take it away.
If the little girl jumped into the pit, you can do it too. Come on, lads.
They're all trying to like hype themselves up. It's like, okay, giant bone cathedral, I could do this. All right, let's go.
We're not in the Lizard Kingdom no more, Toto.
Well, two of the cultists have to sort of like drag Filbert. It's like, I don't want to go, you guys. I'm just the guy who sells the soda. And you
Warblin's
guys,
just sort of chuckling under his breath.
you guys make your way to the Bone Temple. And you as you come across the entrance to the place, you see that it's wide open. You can basically go straight down if you wanted. There are no doors. You walk up, you look down the entryway, and you notice that it's quite a bit of a drop. There's no like stairs or anything. It just sort of goes down like a mouth, right? You can sort of hear voices coming from inside. You hear Anya, you hear Pluck, you hear Trixa, and you hear a voice that you're not very familiar with. This very disembodied, echoey person is speaking with them.
Okay, so in order to go in, I have to jump, or it's just very steep?
From what it looks like, you either have to climb down or you just jump.
And Trixa just jumped.
Trixa just jumped.
Can I do like a investigation or arcana or something to figure out what's up with this thing?
Yeah, sure. Do you roll Arcana if you've got it?
Yeah. 3.
3? That's a lot of moving bones. That sucks. Filbert's like, can I just stay up here and keep watch?
No, I just push him.
You,
Bombs away! And I jump after him.
you guys hear Werblin upstairs yell bombs away, and seconds later, Filbert comes tumbling down in the shell. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Finally falls into this pile of bone, still with his little crate of old famish, like, hi guys. You land right on top of Michelle.
Anybody order some soda?
No. Why'd you bring him?
Free samples.
I thought it'd be funny.
Right after
It
Werblin,
was funny. What are you kidding?
right
It
after
was a little
Werblin,
funny.
4 cultists just sort of like, ah, oh, my lumbago.
You need to land more cat-like.
Got it, boss. Oh. The floating skull that you now see attached to this massive, writhing, moving bone that he's using as his body turns to you and is like, is this another one of your friends?
Friend, someone we tolerate.
You better tell whatever the hell that is that I'm your friend. Otherwise, I'm in for what is that?
I'm your friend.
Thank you. Who are you?
I am Dwight.
That's
Why does everyone laugh at my name? It was very intimidating 400 years ago.
it was very 400.
400.
It was very scary.
10,000.
10,000.
Well, Dwight, if you want to be intimidating these days, you have to have a very strong and powerful name like Anya Tuglithy Lipnitskaya.
That really rolls off the tongue.
That just sounds like rubbish.
Yeah.
Excuse?
We're gonna be
That is the
great.
name
Just
of my
sounds like
people.
noises coming out of your mouth
That's very
That
fair.
name
A long
was given
string of
to
them.
me by my
in a
parents,
random order.
who were destroyed is all I have left. You fuck.
So while you're in this cathedral, if you take a look around, this building has stretched out and carved into the very walls, and it does look like a very Gothic-looking cathedral made out of this malleable white bone.
Okay.
You notice a part of it has grown out to even the ocean itself. A thin membrane has covered the place between the cathedral and the water, so the water doesn't leak in, so you can sort of see like fish randomly outside.
So we're very near the coast.
Yeah. This wherever this is near the coast. The demi-lich itself is a floating, bejeweled skull. It has these gems encrusted all throughout itself.
Like Ed Hardy style?
A little bit more fabulous.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can vibe with that.
And the sockets where eyes would be, it's just this really pale, deep-looking green flame just kind of staring into your soul. So now that you have a gathering of your surroundings, Dwight kind of not floats, but just kind of meanders closer to you. Right? It's like. He's very old. He's been in for a little time.
You got a bit of body odor, mate.
I can't smell.
Yeah, well, I can.
Would you like to fill your friend in on what's happened while I take care of some very quick business?
Version, we can control that. You can't, therefore you are weakest party member.
Why did I come back?
Dwight hovers off into a corner and starts going through some of his effects if you want to fill Wurblend in on what's happened so far.
Yeah, would you like to fill Wurblend in on what's happened so far?
Well, I took your room and all your belongings.
Also, we work for this guy now. so-
Wait.
This is Dwight's island, and some guy took it over and stole the ruby.
Okay,
So we're gonna help him get it
you
back.
took my shit.
Yeah.
Is she lying?
I don't know.
Plot?
I don't watch your room.
While you guys are explaining to them, explaining to
little
Wurblend, you guys hear a
Yes.
in the corner. You see that the demi-lich has poured one of your old famished over his skull, and it's like fizzy, and he really likes it. And he just quietly he looks at Filbert the turtle, and he's like, "You can stay," and he just wanders off.
Dwight.
That's how you drink things?
I'm not drinking anything.
What are
The
you?
bubbles feel nice on my skull.
I think he's having a bubble bath.
Snick.
You're gonna get sticky.
Oh, you're still around.
Snick is here. Snick, why don't you introduce Dwight? So he give you power too.
I will think about it.
No, Dwight, this is my
Yes.
Snick. This is my Snick. Snick, you little coward. Can you please give him a magic power?
monster.
Give him magic power, Dwight, so he's not so coward.
want magic power from undead monster.
You will take magic power. You little weakling.
Dwight walks over, pokes the snake on the head. The pact is sealed.
What did you do?
I gave your snake power,
What
like
power?
you requested.
What power?
The snake peers out from your hood, and you notice a tiny little snake skeleton form at your feet. This tiny little snake skeleton crawls up into your hood next to this other snake.
Whoa.
Look, Anya, look what I can do now.
What is?
That's not.
He's my undead minion.
I
Say
don't-
hello, undead minion.
I don't like that.
That's
It's
not-
getting a little crowded in my hood, so can you please, limit it to one party guest at a time, please?
Okay,
Thank you.
but it is now my friend.
It's nice.
Cultist number 2, can you pass me that flask I asked you to hold on to?
Here you go, boss.
Thanks. What the hell?
All right, well, Mr.
Dwight.
Yes.
Are we good? Can we go on now?
One last thing. Your friend has not made the pact.
I don't like the sound of that.
You get powers from it.
What kind of powers?
Animate the dead.
Yeah, no.
Come on, you're
I've-
so into animating the dead and Waterdeep.
I've spent
Now
my
you can do
whole
it
career
yourself.
fighting the dead in fields, underground, in
Now
caves.
you can fight with them.
I don't like that.
Warblund, was it? Dwight.
Who
Dwight
was
comes over.
asking?
It's Dwight.
Yeah, I know.
I know from your friends that you have no love for the Allhavens or the King Allguard. Are you willing to help me cleanse their city, destroy their corruption, and save the world?
And not die down here?
Or die down here. I'll take care of your room.
I'm just trying to find my family, mate. That's all I care about.
Explain.
I came here looking for my daughter, got into a bunch of chaos with these sorry friends,
Friend!
and we completely failed.
What?
So,
We even failed.
Dwight considers for a moment. Help me rid my islands of the living, and I will reunite you with your family. As long as you promise to all leave afterward.
and how do you intend to do that?
He looks around at, surrounded by this humming necromantic power. He raises one tendril as a moment, and I will show you. He walks over to where he was rummaging. These massive tendrils in his body start writhing around this area in this cathedral, and the ground rumbles as a large a casket not unlike his, but far larger, erupts from the ground. I shall give you all the aid I can muster in my current power. He flips open the casket, and inside is a massive pile of bone. You see what appears to be a huge minotaur skull. Its body heavily armored in black adamantite plate. It's the size of 3 of you combined. It's a huge pile of bones.
That's not really that big, mate.
Animate
No.
dead!
three of the larger party members.
Please don't.
Hey, wait a minute!
Anya
Oh, no!
immediately tries to be like, ah! You find that as you're trying to hold on to these bones, your power isn't enough, right? So Dwight gives you a hand and starts to channel his necromancy into this pile. The flames in his eyes become huge and pronounced. As you feel the chill in the air start dropping the temperature, the bones start snapping back into place. Flesh begins to bubble and writhe and erupt in patches. Muscle fiber reconstruing itself up and down these arms and legs. And you hear Dwight just say, "Rise once more. Champion of the Iron Hoofs!" This huge, massive minotaur, one arm reconstructed partially, another arm lifts itself out of the coffin, its face, the flesh returning to 3/4 of its features. Its body slowly filling out the black armor, right? And as it erupts from the coffin, you notice that the torso has fused in a grotesque fashion to whatever animal this minotaur was mounted on. Its legs fused and wrapped and gnarled around the front legs of what mount it was on, so that its lower body is that of a big, massive, skeletal war bull. The bull itself is missing its head, but where its head and shoulders would be is fused to the torso of this minotaur.
Whoa.
Oh,
Hello, I helped make you again. I'm Anya. This is Snake.
you should probably stop talking really quick.
State your purpose here.
My purpose is to find out and seek those who destroyed my family. Will you help me?
I know you not.
Okay.
We're helping that guy.
Hello again, old friend. It has been many years.
Dwight.
I see you remember me.
Slay you where you stand.
You
not
can
friends?
try. Yes. Take a look at yourself, old friend. The Minotaur raises a massive looking black etched axe. It's pretty great.
What have you done to Brenda?
Was that really its name?
Brenda, it's a noble name.
I've been trying to guess what you've called it for hundreds of years. I would have never guessed Brenda.
Says the man named Dwight.
What is wrong with Dwight?
Nothing's wrong with Dwight.
Everything's wrong with Dwight, man.
Brenda.
Thank you.
No, nothing's wrong here. We're all good. This is so sad. Can we leave?
You
May
have
I
a very
introduce you
different
to
opinion.
Tala?
To who now?
Tala, once leader of the great Ironhoof clans.
My name is Tala, the executioner.
Oh.
But my loved ones refer to me as Tala, the executioner.
Your loved ones are all dead.
I'm aware.
Oh,
Thanks to
We know an
someone.
iron hoof.
Yes.
we do know an iron hoof.
You do?
Yes.
He's a blacksmith and he's a minotaur.
Hey, we're just kind of spilling everything.
Well, isn't
aren't
that lovely? It seems your people have survived.
we? We're all just open.
You have been raised for a purpose, Tala. You will cleanse this island once more in my name, and you will erase the living that has infected these lands.
Luck's trying to like climb out, just like while this is happening. Like, I'd like to.
Roll stealth.
Okay. 11.
You kind of climb up halfway, and you slide back down the viscera.
Shit. It just like keeps happening.
The cultists are like, please take us with you. Please take us with you. Filbert's trying to climb on your back. It's like, don't make a sound.
This doesn't work like this.
He's a birdman, right?
Yeah.
Why does the birdman not try to fly?
Good question, Black.
He looks at his arms that are not wings.
It's a sensitive topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tala looks at the little dwarf dude. Your face. It's arranged in a very pleasing manner.
Pluck like stops and turns like.
Now that's one I've never heard before. Did you just call me attractive?
This 10-foot towering minotaur abomination undead.
In my opinion, yes. You are quite pleasing to behold.
Wow.
Finally, someone with some respect.
I mean,
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I mean,
You're majestic. I just gotta say that on the side.
you don't
I
think I'm
know-
too dead?
Okay, that's not what I
Let's
raised
walk
you for.
under the
Wow.
bridge.
Two
Calm
people in
down.
history find Warblonde attractive.
Anyway, Tala, you will offer your services to these people.
Yeah, that's the way to describe it.
I am people.
You will work with them to take down Allhaven, bring me my phylactery, and to kill Allguard. That is your purpose?
Phylactery's the ruby.
Wait, the one with.
It's
Just want to fill you in.
dying.
Yeah.
Tala, you actually know of this phylactery. You're familiar with it because you've had interactions with Dwight in the past. You know it's the source of his power.
Okay.
However, apparently, it's been stolen.
Ha!
It is no laughing matter. Do you know what happens if the magic runs out of the phylactery?
Oh, I'm well aware. It seems only fair. You wiped out many of my people. Why not you get wiped out yourself?
Well, in a fantasy pretend land, yes, that would happen. But in this reality, you work for me, and you will retrieve it.
Very well. I will do it for the handsome little one. Not for you.
Sure, whatever.
You do that.
I feel like walking through town with her is not gonna be super easy.
That is none of my concern.
Oh, I could help with that. Can I try to polymorph her with the wand?
She has to be willing.
I got an idea. And it'll make you it'll be really subtle, and it'll be great, and we can get you through anywhere, no one's gonna ask questions.
Like a makeover.
Sure, let's go with that.
My sisters on the island always threatened to do that for me.
Always not a threat.
It won't be.
No.
It's temporary.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, cool. So I raise up the bracelet with the wands and just kind of. I'm pretty attuned to it now, right?
Yeah, it comes into your hand fairly easy.
Cool.
It's only slightly askew.
Mm-hmm. It's like, wait, let's fix it there. All right. And I cast polymorph, and I want to polymorph her into. Ooh. I didn't think this far through. I'm gonna.
You just fire off a spell and hope.
I want to try and polymorph her into a duck.
Is it a duck riding another duck still?
First of all, do you
Duck-sized horse or horse-sized?
do you accept the spell? Do you allow him to do it?
She agreed to the.
I did
to the
say
polymorph.
that
I didn't
they said it was
specify.
temporary. So
Okay.
I think.
Okay. Well, Pluck points the wand at you. You shrink down to a fun-sized duck, but it is still a duck abomination because half of another duck is attached to the duck's torso.
Wow, good job, Plug.
It's terrifying.
But now it'll fit under a blanket, so could just throw a little sheet over that.
Can you still talk?
You can still. You have a voice, but you sound like a duck.
I can fit in a basket.
Oh, I hate everything.
What is even happening?
I'm not sure. It's a really weird day.
I go to pick up the duck, and I want to hand her to Warbun.
No.
I don't mind.
No, I prefer the other kind. No.
Antiception.
Thank you.
If you are to take down Allhaven, there is a bit of advice I can give you.
Yes?
It seems their entire economy is based on the adamantite that runs through these islands.
Oh yeah, they like that stuff.
Yes. If you were to take back the forge that produces the adamantite equipment for Allhaven, that would destroy their economy and send them spiraling. And the forge just so happens to be in Tala's old home.
Oh.
So would
What's
I
that?
like tell them like this? Like, do I have like a
you
history check? Or?
know you are very familiar with your home. It's I can explain to them through you, or I can let you be a duck and try to explain what the labyrinth is.
That would be amusing. I don't know if I'd get it right though.
Okay, well, so let's put it this way, since we just made your a couple days ago. You learn that Tala is from this southern island on the Black Steel Isles called Iron Rock. Iron Rock is more or less a massive, singular chunk of solid black, like it's encrusted with minerals, rich in adamantite. That's why it's black. It's just one big solid rock, more or less, formation, right? And into this solid rock face, Tala's people, hundreds of years ago, built a grand labyrinth. Not only just a labyrinth city. This iron rock labyrinth was the ancestral home to the Iron Hoofs before Dwight came to the island. The labyrinth still stands and still produces weaponry and arms and whatever, obviously, because Allhaven has. It's obvious that it's still in production because Allhaven still uses the stuff that the forge produces, right? So, for one reason or another, even though her people are gone, someone is still there creating these weapons and equipment for Allhaven. You've all just never really kind of investigated why, right? So, Dwight has told you the Adamantite Forge is located in Ironrock Labyrinth, and if you were to retake it, you would cripple Allhaven's economy. Just pretend I explained that through Tala.
And that is how we ended up here. Whack.
Tala's on my head. And so I can put my hood over him. Her.
This hood is getting very crowded.
Snake, say hi to new friend! Tala, this is Snake.
Hello.
This is Snake's undead snake friend.
You can't understand the snake because it's just hissy. Anya understands the snake because she speaks snake. So
she
for
is
you,
a
it's just
snake.
like.
This is unsettling.
It's okay, little duck
It
friend.
curls around your neck.
Oh, that's better. You're getting a little clammy, Snake.
Excuse me.
What?
I'm not clammy.
You're clammy. Little clammy snake, man. Bye, Snake.
All right. So having that explained to you, you're more or less free to come and go from Dwight's Bone Cathedral now, since you are part of his, or you guys are. Werblin still isn't. So Werblin, if you decide to leave without taking the pact with Dwight, which you can, you probably will not be invited back into the Bone Cathedral.
Absolutely not.
Werblin's like, that's a lot of necromancy. I'm gonna trust the common sense part of my brain and say no.
Yeah, I trusted the part where I don't die.
Yeah, it's gonna be a no for me, dog.
I spider climb out, just up the wall and out the door.
I just go up to the cultists and Turtle Man,
Filbert.
Filbert, thank you. We should go. Like,
Yeah,
like-
I think that's a good idea.
yeah, come on.
Dwight, when it's like, one moment. Are those your cultists?
I mean, I don't own them or anything.
We share them.
Could I borrow them
Yeah,
for just a day?
Are you going to just kill them?
No, they won't be dead. Don't
Why,
worry.
why don't you ask them, not us?
Oh,
Well,
I
they're
just figured
ours.
you owned them.
Can you really own a person?
Yes, you
Yes.
can take them.
Oh,
The cultists are like, please don't leave us here. Please don't leave us here.
I think you should let them come back with me. They'll be safe in my care.
Why you want them, Dwight?
yeah, what you got planned there?
He points to a corner with all like, since this cathedral has just been built, he points to a corner. There's a bunch of stuff that needs putting up: curtains, alchemical equipment. Someone needs to set up like the bedroom.
Oh,
How about this, cult members? I leave Snake here to oversee.
What?
What, Snake?
What are you doing? You don't need the snake here.
You will be safe. You will be overseer.
This is a horrible undead monster, Anya.
Snake. I put his little hand away. Oh. Snake. I will leave you your mace and your little kid. You will be safe. It is for peace of mind.
Oh. Okay.
Plus, I think I have to sell your room back to Warblin.
What?
Don't worry, I will make them
You
pay
made-
dearly.
Okay, you promised to come back though, right?
Yes, of course. I will never leave you, my only and bestest friend in the whole world.
Yes, in this den of evil. Yes, of course. Okay.
Well, no honor among snakes, I see.
She's going to stay and watch the humans.
Wait, the humans are staying?
Yes.
We're staying. They're staying.
We are?
Yeah.
They are?
You're just doing some
You should just run
decorating.
right now. Just go.
They try to climb up. They slide down the viscera. I will have them back to you within the day.
Yeah, sorry, boys.
And Snick.
Yes, and your snake. Not sure why you're leaving the snake.
He's overseer.
And Dwight turns to the cultist. You, and he points to one. He's like, you will hang these curtains. You two will set up the alchemical equipment. And you, to the last cultist, I have 400 years of laundry to fold. Get started. And they all run off into the Bone Cathedral. Now, you may leave. And he wanders off.
Come on, Philbert.
I go to jump up the ledge.
All right. Now that he's allowed you to leave, you notice that the kind of esophagus leading down to the temple has started to mold into a staircase.
Oh,
You can
that's
just sort of
convenient.
now walk out.
Esophagus to the sarcophagus.
All right.
Great.
So yeah, you are now free to enter and leave the cathedral, except for Warbland, who has not made the pact with Dwight.
Warbland. So I have business proposition for you.
Does it involve giving me my shit back?
You say give, I say sell. I'll give it back to you for 200 gold pieces. Because I'm a friend.
I barely had anything in there anyway.
Really? You don't want it? Where are you going to sleep?
I don't even know if you took it.
I took it.
I don't believe you.
It's mine.
I don't not
You're
believe
just
you either.
riding
I put
in
all my
her hood,
barbecue
hearing
I'm-
this
I am-
senseless
I am completely
conversation.
neutral on everything you've ever said to me. I have no opinion.
That's fine.
I've developed a new way to deal with your shit.
Pluck
I
like
will
looks up at Duck. Tala's just like, yes, it's always like this.
Where's Kovacs's horse?
Where's Skolmax?
Where's Kovacs in all this anyway?
I assume he's here, but quiet.
Kovacs has actually decided to stay behind in the Bone Temple. Yes.
What?
Kovacs is going to look. Kovacs has awakened to a lot of necromancy in his life recently, and he's gonna stay to sort of get a handle on it.
There's lots of process.
Yeah, it's a lot of process. And
You
who,
say so.
who better to kind of figure stuff out than a demi-lich? You know? So yeah, Kovacs is just going to stay behind for a little bit. He lets you know that he'll be back within the day.
Is the
I'm
undead snake
not
still behind too?
pleased.
The snake is
The
undead
undead
snake-
one is still in the hood.
yeah. It's the undead snake is just sort of like the zombie snake going like
He's just staring.
The zombie snake kind of smells bad.
drools a little.
It's drooling ectoplasm.
That is my friend. Thank you.
Yes.
He has a problem,
What is
a
problem?
medical condition.
Yes.
He's zombie.
Oh.
Okay.
The technical term.
So please don't judge. Your duck friend is zombie. A lot of zombies are here, so we have to be open-minded.
I understand. I'm very sorry.
It's a very
Wait,
Consider
wait,
me
wait! I'm not
intolerant.
even here.
That was like my conscience. Yeah.
That's right. Snake's not even there. He's like
My
he's
moral
like-
compass.
That's right. All right. So you guys have made it out of the Death Scar. You could be on your way back to town, but there's quite a few things to do. Winkerbean's Emporium has now started to unload their equipment and personnel into Allhaven. That's happening right now.
So that's timeline-wise.
Timeline-wise, they're being unloaded right now.
Okay.
Winkerbean himself has not arrived yet, but his effects, his personnel, his just everything that makes up his mob is being dropped off. That's happening. There's the Iron Rock Labyrinth that has been revealed to you. There's you know that Dwight also wants to incorporate both the lizard folk and the Sawagan, which are the water monsters that you've encountered once or twice, into his forces to in an attempt to bolster his ranks for the inevitable attack on Allhaven. So there's that too. So there's any number of things to do right now. It just depends on what you guys want to do.
I run up to the room that I didn't take from Warbland, and I set a bonfire in there.
Wait, you burned the room down?
I'm just creating a little bonfire. Warbland!
You run up to the room, you create a bonfire on the wooden floor.
On the
Of this
floor.
building.
I just drop my bags on the ground outside and just like stares, like smoke starts to come out.
Give me money!
I'm gonna go up there and use the wand and just shoot snowballs at the fire and put it out.
Fuck!
It's like, there are children up here. I don't know where you come from, but typically we don't set those on fire.
Pluck throws
Whoa.
magical snowballs onto your bonfire,
Oh,
putting it out.
I thought I was gonna make money. Fine. What's the nearest object I see in Warbland's room?
Let's see. All right. You find a pair of Warblin's pants.
Okay, so I take the pants and I go out where Warbland can see me. Say, liar, liar, pants on fire! And I shoot a firebolt at him.
Can
Anya throws your pants into the sky and burns it
Anya,
with magic.
what?
Oh, to hell with this. I go to find Shady Jeff and
Right. By the way, Nate, polymorph is an hour, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
How long's it been?
Well, it takes about 30 minutes to get back from the Death Star. You got about 30 minutes left on the spell.
All right. Well, if we decide to go anywhere, just about halfway through the spell, so might need to do that again. But we got here with our little duck friend.
Yes.
No one asked questions.
Your little duck abomination.
Can you get it right next time?
Should turn her into
I
a
didn't
snake.
think I got it wrong.
You kind of
It's-
started that way.
It makes you unique, and I'm told that's a good thing.
Fair point.
I'm trying so hard.
What time of day is it?
And it's evening now because you spent most of the day with the Death Scar itself. So you could rest for the night, or you could go off and try to accomplish a mission. Because it's not like dark. It's just kind of the sun is about to set.
Could I find somewhere in town to buy torches and tinder kit? Because I don't have anything like that.
Oh sure. Actually, you don't need to buy those. If you want, the pretty cook can provide you with some of those. He has spares in the back.
Thank you, pretty cook.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for the famish berries. He's very happy about this.
That's morally gray.
Capitalism. All right. Wordblin, by the way, when you get back to town, you'll see this too. The rest have already seen it, but you know that Winkerbean is starting to drop off his ships because off the coast you can see this line of stunningly designed ships. Some of them like one of them is a casino. The other is like a this entertainment center. Like these rich looking ships are all in a line looking to drop off things at the Allhaven docks.
Yeah.
And it's something you can see clearly even from Fairheim, just off the coast. You're like, oh crap, well there they are.
Yeah.
The Emporium.
About when expected, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You, however, you do have a piece of knowledge that no one else does because you're familiar with his operation. You do know what Winkerbean's ship looks like, his personal ship.
Okay.
Right? You
And I do
have-
not see it.
You do not see it, but it looks like the kind of crowd that his ship would be among.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to find our friendly guard friends.
Oh, Shady Jeff and
Yeah.
yeah, sure. So Shady Jeff is in town. Walter is in Allhaven currently.
Yeah.
So which would you like to go?
Shady Jeff.
Shady Jeff. Okay. Yeah, Shady Jeff is at the Pretty Cook. He's just drinking after work. Oh, hey, Warblunt. How was the how's the lizard thing with the soda?
Oh, that went dandy.
Oh, fantastic.
Everything else has been, well, underground.
I mean, I know a lot of things happen. Is there something else that went on today?
Let's just say we need to focus on other things. Winkerbean's nearly here. His
Yeah, did you see
entire
all that
caravan.
stuff?
Yeah. What's the state of affairs in the city? What's the threat level like? Is it,
Well, it's kind of a lot of there's been a couple of protests, but they never last very long in Allhaven. They've been pretty much squashed. Public opinion is fairly demoralized because of, there's necromancy and there's famous wand makers attacking the city. So this festival is going to try to keep their image in pristine condition. But right now, the residents of Allhaven are not very happy.
what do you know about the shipments that are coming in? Anything other than equipment, live cargo?
Winkerbean himself is scheduled to be at the docks, I do believe, tomorrow afternoon. Which reminds me, the Haven Spears are set to be there, if you're all interested. You're technically supposed to be.
I'm certainly interested. I can't speak for my scatterbrain companions.
Right. I just figured you'd want that piece of information. The Haven Spears are set to be at the docks when Winkerbean arrives tomorrow at noon, if you're interested.
Well, I'll be there. I need to find, well, you know who I need to find.
Absolutely.
I think Captain Allhaven, we need to bust out the rags and make an appearance, find out where she is, maybe stage an operation soon after.
All right.
Would I be able to get support from any sort of special guard force from Allhaven, or would I be on my own?
We can't openly aid you in violence against our own people, but anything we can do under the radar, we would love to. Do you have any ideas?
What if we frame them?
Frame them?
What if some kind of treasonous illicit cargo was coming through on one of those ships,
Oh.
and we use that as an excuse to stage a raid, and just so happen to free a few prisoners along the way?
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Now, given the narcotics habits of the citizens of Allhaven, I don't think that's a very good plan. Do you have something in mind?
Well, it's not so much narcotic habits of the citizens of Allhaven, it's the narcotic habits of the government leaders of
well,
Allhaven.
even worse.
So if you were to want to plant some of that ambrosia on the ship, I can make something happen.
If that gives us motive,
Oh, absolutely.
then let's get it done.
You guys have any of that ambrosia left?
Do we? I don't have any on my person.
I don't think Pluck ever gave it away, did you? You guys found that 20-pound thing of ambrosia
Yeah.
and never gave it away to
But then
anyone.
we crashed, so I don't know what happened.
Also, Pluck just kind of sampled it, and I'm assuming he wasn't in his right mind to hold on to it, so
Okay.
I don't think he kept
Okay,
it.
if you didn't keep it, that's fine. In which case, I'll find something. Be at the docks tomorrow. Be ready for.
Fairham.
Huh?
Fairham dogs.
No.
Allhaven.
Allhaven docks. Get ready for my signal. You'll know when it's coming. Just follow the guards to the ship, and then do what you're gonna do. Though it's gonna take me a little bit to find out which ship for us to raid. So I'll get back to you in the morning.
Thank you, Jeff.
Shady Jeff finishes his drink and heads off.
I'm just sitting there at the bar, just playing with my drink and brooding,
Brooding. All right.
muttering under
eating
my breath a
dinner.
little bit.
All right. Trick is eating food. So very quickly, this spell is about to wear off. This polymorph spell.
Right.
And Anya, I believe, is still just kind of hanging out in her room. How would you like to handle that?
So the duck's still on Anya's head.
The duck's still on Anya's head,
in
and she's
Anya-
got
in Anya's room?
maybe 10 minutes.
I feel funny.
Yeah, you're starting to feel the effects wear off.
And they're just in Anya's room.
Unless Christina tells me something different.
Well, if they're still up there, Plug's gonna be like, it's probably fine.
All right. So you're like, whatever.
Like, I'm just gonna go downstairs and maybe get something to drink.
All right. So let's say, since Christina's, I don't know, she's in the bathroom or something. Let's say that she's left Tala in her room, and she's not on top of her head, right?
Oh, that would have been funny.
So just these scant 10 minutes pass, and all of you hear this huge kind of like upstairs in Anya's room. You burst back into full size. You're in this kind of cramped room.
We're like stuck.
Right. You're like, well.
Oh, she's that big?
She's 10 feet tall.
Oh.
So maybe not like this, but like certainly you bump your head and you're like, ow.
This whole time I've probably been probably at the bar sitting next to Warbling, and I hear that, and he's just like, I'll be back.
No, mate.
Oh.
This is the last moment of peace and quiet you're going to get for quite some time.
That's very true.
Savor it.
should
If I were
relish
you,
it.
I won't speak for you.
All right, I'll give it another 2 hours.
The pretty cook kind of comes out of the kitchen, like, whoa, what was that? You guys hear that?
Not a clue, mate.
Sounded like a giant weight dropping onto the floor.
Yeah, it was
Not
like, you
a
know,
clue, mate.
rats.
Maybe that's just.
Rats.
Maybe it's just your stress.
Yeah, that's
Roll deception.
Like a metaphorical
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
nice.
You know, I have been feeling a little tired lately.
Right?
Maybe I need to take a couple days off.
Yeah, that sounds good.
You should talk to someone too, you know, a professional.
Like a therapist?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, mate.
I hear it's really good for you.
Yeah.
All right, I guess I can look into that.
Right.
Got some stuff to, got some weight on my shoulders that I can.
Yeah, very heavy weight apparently.
Yeah. You've given him a lot to think about. You're like, I'm gonna go reconsider my life.
He's gonna go back to Juilliard and
Right.
try to dance again.
That's right.
Was he gonna have that moment eventually, or did we cause that?
I mean, either way, it's his problem.
Amen to that.
Cheers.
Anya,
Yes.
were you still up in your room, by the way?
I go down to Minotaur Man.
Well, it's just that the hour-long polymorph has worn off, and
Oh.
now she has popped back up into her full visage in your room.
Oh, great. I will create a distraction. I will get you to the orphanage.
What?
My orphanage.
Oh.
You're not going to be an orphan. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Thank you for clarifying.
You're welcome. I have a room there that I used for, what was he? Not a minotaur. Centaur.
We're not the same thing.
Sorry, but I'm just saying, you guys are both equally, girthy. What?
I'm sensing some disrespect from you.
Somewhere in the Bone Cathedral, the snake is like, I sense that Anya is being racist. It's just a feeling I have.
All right, here's the plan. I just look out my window and I set my statue on fire, like the area around it.
What?
That's your plan?
Oh no, fire! Everybody in the town, go put it out.
Anya, I would like you to roll a stealth check because you're the one who set fire to the statue.
It's not gonna be good. Where's my stills? 7.
So Anya very brazenly walks out of the pretty cook and in a flamboyant fashion, standing right in front of her statue, makes a grand magical gesture and even shouts, and lighting the area around her statue aflame. And then taking a pause goes, Watch out, everyone! There is a fire! Whoops! Who knows what happened?
And moment's over.
Everyone was staring at you, watching you do it.
I should have thought this through better. Black, where are you? Come use your snowballs.
What did I say
Like
about
here's
those
the
last few
fire and
moments?
like here's the fire and the screaming, just like and moment's over, and then just hears Black. Sounds about right. He just kind of
Someone
scoots out.
started a
Well,
fire.
it's been nice.
Your lizard folk friends come up and just sort of start kicking dirt on the fires, like, did you mean to do this?
It was accident.
Can I like look out a
tripped.
window and see this?
Yeah,
Okay, I just look out.
it's very visible to everyone in the village.
It's probably fine.
I mean, you may not want to set fire to your statue. It's gonna burn down like a lot of the town.
That was kind of the plan. You see, I was trying to make grand distraction. What?
For what?
For what?
For my
Is it about the duck?
duck.
You know, like
He's shy.
we could have.
You were trying to do a distraction for a duck?
Yes.
We have a new duck that we're not ready to show everyone yet. We're very sorry for this. They'll-
It is very extreme game of duck, duck, goose.
roll deception.
Oh no!
Can I also roll deception since I'm trying to like help with this lie?
You can give her a d6 help if you'd like.
Okay.
And
Does she
you're
roll
like,
that or do
yeah,
I?
huh?
Does she roll that or do I?
You roll it.
Okay. What did you roll?
16.
Okay.
No, sorry, 17.
Okay. 17 plus 6.
Okay. So your lizard friends, well, mostly Wiz, seem to buy the story. It's like,
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, if the duck is nervous, I guess. Do you need help?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Fine.
Yes.
What should we set fire to?
No. Don't. No. It's fine.
the
No, we got
fire
this.
to-
We're
Oh.
fine.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
fine.
The
Please.
church.
The
Please,
church?
no.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna persuade them not to.
How far are they from the inn?
they're just like 30, 40 feet from the end.
Okay, I'm walking out the front door in the opposite direction with all my bags in hand.
You're like, I'm gonna nip this in the bud.
No, towards Allhaven. I'm out.
Like
You were just walking towards all
I'm just walking away.
All right.
Like, okay, so I didn't persuade well, but like as they're gonna go set things on fire, it's like, you know, I can just like morph it again. You don't need to set shit on fire. Can you stop them, please?
You are a
Stop
genius.
them, please.
Hey guys.
Like a big fire or like a.
Well,
Like a small fire made out of water.
Well, that's not a fire at all. That's just water.
No, that's called innovation.
Roll deception.
16.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, I guess you can call water fire. Oh, okay, we're gonna. Okay.
Tiny little water fires.
All right. Okay. All right, come on, guys.
Black.
Don't.
Oh, you really do like
Just
me.
in the background, you see these 3 lizard folks just like kind of like splashing water on random parts of the church.
As she does this, like he just he takes out the excremental one, just like I'll do it.
You don't taste that good anyway.
I want to chase after Warbin.
All right.
You're like, where are you going?
Trixa runs up after you. He has all these bags in hand.
My cloak and everything, like walking off into the dark.
Where are you going? We got stuff to do.
Oh, I got stuff to do too.
You'll need our help. Don't go alone.
I'm not going alone. I got plenty of help. Don't worry about me. I'll be back.
Do I hear
If
this?
we
or
wait till
am I not near
tomorrow,
this?
we can
You're-
all go
you're
together
busy
with
the
your
water and
help.
fire situation.
That's fair.
I need to go do some scouting out.
Do you, or can you just make your team do it?
I don't trust anybody anymore. It's an unfortunate truth. Listen, if you want to help, I just need a guarantee that you're not gonna muck it up. All of y'all. You
I'm
whole
pretty
lot.
careful.
Hmm?
I'm pretty careful.
You're careful. Your alternate personality is not so careful.
the best intentions.
Does he now? Alright, lass. Really, I need to be going. I feel like I can't trust even Kovacs anymore after he stayed back in that pit, so I wanted to do this alone.
Are you gonna meet us back here?
Whether it goes well or not. Yeah.
Okay.
While this is happening back in town, weirdly enough, the three lizards have attracted quite a crowd as they're trying to explain this theory of water fire to them.
It's like, no. You see, like, it can be fired, but
So you have caused a distraction.
Cool.
Tala's like back in the room, still like, hello.
Let's go.
I'm gonna
forgot
go
about
up
me.
there. I'm gonna like take the wand back and be like, you know what? This time I'll let you choose.
I can be anything.
Within reason, what you have in mind.
Can I be a butterfly?
Can she?
I don't see why not.
It's like, all right,
Abomination butterfly wouldn't look that weird.
I'll give it a shot. No. Polymorph into a butterfly.
Hold on. All right. Because of the very volatile necromancy that's coursing through her body, changing her to such an extreme, different shape. Go ahead and call odds or evens.
Me?
No.
Oh, odds.
Good news. It's butterfly-ish.
Okay.
Bad news. It's still 10 feet tall.
Oh, God.
This horrifying insectoid monster floats before you.
Okay, you need
Is
to
it
put
like
those
the-
things away.
Is
Don't.
it like the Bug's Life caterpillar at the end? Or you just kind of...
It's sort of like a mini Mothra.
Wings are fluttering like slightly out of sync.
Yeah.
All right, you need.
Since you've never been a butterfly before, you're just sort of flailing around the room like.
Like,
This is unsettling.
okay. Can I try again?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Please.
I got.
This is the last charge on your wand.
I thought I'd get 7 charges.
7 charges for the snowball one. Polymorph has 3.
Oh shit.
Make this a good one, Block, and then we get them to the room.
Boy. Okay.
Maybe don't let me choose this time.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
Ooh,
As you speak, this alien insectoid powder like erupts from your body.
Oh no.
Pluck.
Sorry.
Make a Constitution saving.
Oh
throw
come
really
on.
quick.
That.
No! Yeah, baby!
That one.
My apologies. This doesn't happen to me.
All y'all in chat telling me not to leave. Come on.
Pluck goes from standing to asleep.
God damn it.
Dead asleep.
Oh, good.
Like right before he cast the spell, he's just like, you know, now's the time for a nap.
All right, I take Pluck's wand. What'll it be? For you, I'm feeling like maybe you are a dog. Do you like dog?
More of a cat person, but I'll take it.
I will turn you into a cat person.
Anya, who is not attuned to the wand at all, tries to use the wand of polymorph. Anya, call odds or evens?
Even.
What is happening?
That's interesting. Okay. Anya haphazardly points the wand of polymorph at you, a very dangerous piece of equipment, and just says,
Charge.
maybe a cat person. you guys can hear this even on the path to Allhaven. There is an audible explosion. The side of the pretty cook that houses your room explodes outwards. And a 20-foot version of this reformed undead minotaur abomination, losing her butterfly form completely, spills out of the back of the inn. You're now you, but bigger.
Tala,
This is the worst day of my life.
run! Go to the woods! Aye.
Tala, really quickly, roll stealth with disadvantage.
Wait, what is the disadvantage part?
Disadvantage means you roll twice, take the lower number.
I got 19.
Oh.
20.
20.
10.
Do you have any additions? No, I don't.
I don't have any.
So okay. Let's see how many Fairheim folks see you.
We certainly do.
You certainly, yeah.
I don't.
Oi!
Warbler, we need you to stay. You're the only.
A
We need you to
chorus of
stop.
screams rings out in Fairheim
You.
as the villagers behold what they can only assume to be an undead attack on their town. This massive abomination creature spilling out of their inn. As you turn around, the bull's the lower half of the body like rams into more of the wood on the building, shattering part of its structure. You,
Do I knock over like a bunch of children about to go on a field trip?
not a bunch of children, but a bunch of buildings, maybe.
I put the wand back in Flux's hand.
Is asleep.
What did you do?
Fluck is completely
I
unconscious.
turn around and I'm just watching this unfold, and I stare and I just start to.
You see what happens when you leave her alone?
You fucking people!
I want to try dragging Warbler back to the pretty cook.
You very gently lay your hand on Warblend. Do you allow yourself to be dragged, or do you want her to try and make a strength check for it?
Just go.
You're okay with go? All right. So you're like, come on, Warblend. Let's go handle some stuff.
Yeah.
Tala, what are you doing right now?
Sorry.
People are fleeing back as
Sorry.
make a dex saving throw as you're trying to make your way through. Yeah, roll it and then add your dex modifier bonus.
That's a 2. And my dex modifier 0.
All right. You're like, sorry, whoops. A house gets knocked down. Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
Apologies.
Oops, you fling a guy into a tree. Oh! The citizens have more or less all run back to their homes. A couple of them are getting pitchforks.
Alright.
And torches.
I want to run to Ironhoof.
Ironhoof is probably asleep back in his smithy.
Oh, dang. It's that late already.
It's getting to be kind of late, but would you like to try and wake him up?
Yeah.
Okay. So you run to the smithy, you're like, and you kind of like, you look around, and you kind of bang on the thing. It's like, Ironhoof, where are you? And
So did she like just let me leave me somewhere and ran in to find him?
I assume
Or-
she dragged you back to town first. Is that?
So, I mean, I'm in town, but
Yes.
I'm now by myself.
Yeah. I think.
Okay,
Unless you dragged him with you to the smithy.
I am now sitting in the grass, like holding one of my bags, just.
It's been a hard time for Warblunt.
This brings back memories.
Ironhoof emerges from the back of a shop. He's like, oh, what, you need another cloak? Or...
I have someone to introduce you to.
Oh.
This is your great
I'm not that old.
Great great grandmother. Or
Excuse me? He's having a hard time processing what he's seeing, this giant abomination minotaur. He wouldn't know Tala from sight or anything because it's been like 600 years. What is happening? What is that? And why is it that?
your family.
That's not... What? Are you... Explain.
Well,
You're not aware of what's happening on this because you're still sort of like... You're still trying to...
still knocking shit over.
You've knocked your shit over, but now you're sort of being like, okay, there's angry villagers? Now what? Because these people are coming after you now with like, get out of our city, monster!
Okay.
She was dead.
That's what's happening right now.
She was dead, but now she's not, and she's really nice.
Yeah?
And she's an iron hoof.
She's an iron hoof.
Yeah. She's not usually 20 feet tall. She's usually 10 feet tall.
As you say that, the polymorph magic that's kind of clashing with the chaotic necromancy starts to unravel fairly quickly because that spell was not how things were supposed to go. You feel your body begin to shrink down to a more manageable 10-foot size.
Oh.
Right?
See?
What is even happening? The villagers watching you shrink down like, ah!
I run in front and like, hello everyone. I hope you enjoyed our introduction to the circus. This is our circus star. Everyone-
I run up and starts dancing.
Also, I have money and I will pay for the renovations.
I remain unconscious.
Roll.
I rock back and forth.
Anya, since you're offering money, roll persuasion with advantage.
Oh, good. 16?
How much?
I have 200 gold. And more coming.
Like this entire crowd of villagers, like 200 gold for everyone, or like
No,
just
total.
200?
I'm
They start raising their pitchforks
Wait,
again.
wait. I have 300 gold.
Okay, fine.
My money. We're okay. Not to you, I give it to K3.
What?
Yeah, she fixed the town.
We can fix the town too.
Fine! I throw the money on the floor.
They scurry and grab the gold coins and just sort of.
Remember to eat Anya's barbecue. Best barbecue in the Southwest Isles.
And they will. They're taking this actually pretty well. They're like, well, now we can pay it off. You're fine. And they leave.
See, Tala, money fix everything.
Just in the background, you hear a wailing from the pretty cook. My restaurant!
Is this how things usually go for you, adventurers?
Yes! I yell from the distance.
Am I still unconscious?
You are still unconscious.
Cool.
Actually, give me a Constitution saving throw. See if you manage to get yourself up.
11.
Not yet.
Cool.
Not yet. You're still out like a light.
That you saw. 3.
So
rolling that
should
one.
we like decorate her like a circus thing?
Tala, you notice another minotaur coming up to you. He seems very uneasy. He's obviously much smaller than you are. Excuse me. My Trixa has informed me that you are an iron hoof.
Yes. I was their leader. How are my people?
Their leader. How long have you been gone?
Probably, I imagine, a very long time, looking at the architecture.
You know we no longer reside in the Labyrinth, right?
What?
Our people have been gone for hundreds of years. I am the last iron hoof on the island.
How did this happen?
I don't know. Our people have been scattered since I remember. Our ancestral home is lost to
To Dwight?
Dwight. Who's Dwight?
Nobody.
No. There's another Minotaur clan inhabiting our labyrinth. You haven't heard?
No.
And you guys, these guys are conversing. You overhear what they're talking about because he's not really trying to keep it a secret.
Yes. Decades ago, there came a clan of Minotaurs called the Ravenous. Cannibalistic bastards. They took over our labyrinth. They struck a deal with Allhaven, and now they trade with the city. The citizens don't know, but they do trade under the table, and they provide them with all the adamantite we used to work with.
The Iron Hoofs were all about honor. These ravenous, you say?
Yeah.
That is not honor.
No, they are not an honorable people. But they are too many in number for us to overtake. There's nothing we can do.
Can we make a little detour?
Detour.
There's a labyrinth I have to see about.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that.
There's always a detour.
That's part of the mission. It's not really the detour. It's like
So it's on the way.
where we're going.
There's
We have time
always a
tonight.
bloody detour with you people.
Tomorrow's your thing. Tonight we'll do this.
Compromise is the key to teamwork.
This isn't a team. This is a group of people constantly trying to kill each other.
You keep saying people, but like.
Okay, well, you're not a person.
I'm
Thank
not a
you very
person, I'm a
much.
minotaur.
And I am your supreme. I am better
yeah,
than you.
yeah. We're all inferior to Anya.
Yes,
I'm
exactly.
Unconscious.
Roll Constitution one more time as this is happening.
12.
He twitches.
I go
Yeah,
get Pluck's kids.
Pluck just kind of does like a.
I grab his little babies.
You grab his children?
Hey, lizard folk.
Okay. So wait. Are you downstairs or are you in the?
I ran up to the upstairs.
Okay. So you go up to Pluck's room.
Yes.
All right. So you open Pluck's door. You see that he's face down on the floor, the wand of polymorph still in his hand. His kids are just kind of like trying to wake him up, like poking him. Dad. Take the wand away from him. I don't think that's helping.
I have an idea. Bear with me, children.
They all look at you and go like.
Excuse me.
They all speak Snake, by the way. Snake has taught all these babies to speak Snake.
I'm very impressed. You know the master tongue.
That's what we've always spoken.
Oh, really?
You're talking. You're speaking to the one with the little gothy,
Let's okay, so I'm not gonna do this, but you are his children. Pluck.
Supposedly.
Pluck. Doesn't, well, he likes when you pull out his feathers so much that he might wake up.
Roll deception.
Ticket? Why do I roll so low? 10.
I don't think that's true.
Fine, I'll do it. And I pull a feather out of Pluck.
It wakes you up. Right.
Pluck, what did you do?
Do I see the feather?
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, hey, it did work.
He saved you.
awake. So I wake up just to see this big hole in the side. Just like
Pluck, you made a hole in the village.
do I believe that?
Dad, we saw the whole thing. It was Anya.
You
That
little
sounds-
traitors.
Sounds about right.
It's okay, Pluck.
outside of the hole.
Everything will be okay.
Out of the hole, you do see Ironhoof and Tala and Trixa downstairs having a chat, and they wave to you. It's a big open space now in the room.
We're going on a trip, Pluck. Come on.
We always are.
So someone understands.
I
I'm not coming.
You
You understand that, right?
Why are you not coming?
Because I've about had it. You people abuse my trust. Promise me things. Promise me to help me get the one thing in this world that I want, and right when it's time to do it, you're gone.
It's not time.
It absolutely is.
Well, if this is going to be an issue, Ironhoof, listen, look, the Labyrinth will be there for another day. I know you want to get your daughter back, and that's tomorrow. I would not ask you to go tonight.
Thank you.
I'm bored.
You have a daughter?
Is it just wailing? Lord, I want to kill things.
All I have is a daughter.
So no, like, your situation. Never mind.
Are you shitting?
I whisper in Tala's ear. Can I interest you in undead centaur?
I mean,
Don't
is
eat it. Just don't do it.
What?
he nice?
He's very nice. Very.
He's not. You know what? Never mind.
Are you jealous?
Pluck's gonna like walk up to the little lizard babies and he's gonna kneel down next to his Ritz and be like, all right.
Dot, what is even happening in your life?
Pluck like like tries to like hold back like a little tear. He's like, I wish I knew. I wish I knew anything that was happening.
Can we move?
Can we? That sounds lovely. Maybe get a nice place out in the forest.
I think that would be better, yeah.
Even the heart of Ravenloft's starting to look better than
I
this.
don't know what that is, but let's go there.
It's a horrible place, and yet somehow I'm feeling nostalgic.
Can we go to a not horrible place?
Yeah, we could find a nice swamp somewhere.
Okay.
Good. That sounds nice. But until then, I'm gonna have to leave for a little bit again.
Again.
But and he looks at the giant hole, just like, but you did so great on the last task I left you with.
Excuse me?
That I've so much faith in you
Dad.
that until the contractors get here,
Dad.
start to maybe just spitball and brainstorm some ideas. You're a very capable little one, and I believe.
Just over his face.
It's okay. It's okay. Fluck just keeps like, it's okay. It's okay. And like, oh, where am I? Right, it's okay.
Dad, I think you need to maybe get some rest.
That's a good idea. He just plops back down on the floor.
Okay. Did we determine if the gender yet?
I don't think so. I think Zritz originally was a boy. So.
Okay. We'll just say he for now.
Yeah.
So he turns the massive hole in the wall. He's like, I'm going to need a lot of yarn.
Yarn?
Remember, he stitched up the window last time to make it soundproof.
Oh. Well, that was very touching. I'm so glad we can finally all be a family.
Pluck is unconscious on the floor.
Like it's unconscious.
All right.
Finally, no resistance.
What are you guys up to downstairs?
I see that Pluck, like, went back to sleep, and I'm like, God dang it, no one wants to go.
Pluck like gets it real quick. Go where? I wasn't listening. What the hell?
Oh, it's not what it looks like.
All right.
I swear.
Trixie climbs up.
Stay here. Wait, is she outside or inside?
Yeah, she's outside by the smithy. She and Ironhoof are hanging out, and Werblund.
Don't go anywhere. Go upstairs.
All right, you arrive at Plug's door.
Hello.
It's exactly what it looks like.
Anyway,
What?
so what's going on? Fill me in.
Well, I don't know what we're doing. Because I think tomorrow's supposed to be Werblund's daughter's day, but he's like, I want to go right now, but I don't know why.
Well,
So where they're at? Is that like within hearing distance, or would we need to like go over to them?
I mean, if you're having a private conversation, no. But if you're speaking like aloud, they could probably hear you.
Here's is like, so it's tomorrow.
Oh, right, you were unconscious. Yeah.
Oh, and you gotta go tonight.
I'm just going to get started.
Warblund, we made promise. We will help you.
Will you?
Yes.
Or will you just
Duh.
make a mistake and get it killed? Get us all killed.
Listen,
You know, for
Shorty
once.
McGee.
No. For once, I agree with Anya. We said we'd help, so I guess we're gonna help.
Plus, look what I can do! And I cast multiply. What was this?
Mirror.
Mirror image! I cast mirror image on myself, and suddenly there are a lot of Anyas.
It's a new thing she's learned.
Look! And then I also cast spider climb and climb up the wall.
Anya's like, so we have this if we need it.
Like,
Pluck's
all
having,
the
like-
Anyas are climbing on the wall.
Pluck has Vietnam flashbacks of when he saw the skeletons as Anya.
It's come to pass.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Listen, if you lot want to come help me, fine. Show up tomorrow, find Walter, and we'll fill you in.
Walter.
I'm going now to clear my head, make sure that this thing gets set up right, and none of you lot muck it up like you always do. And if you help me, and if we succeed, maybe, just maybe, I'll forgive you for everything you've bloody done to me.
What do we do to you? Okay. You go. Bye, have a nice day, clearing head. I recommend the herbal remedy of alcoholism and drug use. So have fun.
That's probably enough.
Do you need company? In your head clearing activities.
It's like 7 feet taller than me.
I didn't. I just wanted to offer. It's fine.
You should probably.
I met a
go.
lot of ugly people in the Underdark. You're all worse. I just set off.
Just like, all right, so we'll see you tomorrow then.
All right, so you
Looking forward to it.
you start heading off towards Allhaven. Ironhoof looks like he was like, really? Okay. I mean, I guess that's fine. I'm not judging.
He's short in stature, but large in spirit.
You know, Tala, I don't want Warblund to have anything nice, so will you consider me?
What about the centaur?
Oh, I only use him to harvest his organs.
You killed my potential mate?
No. You weren't around when I killed him.
We're all just. We're all just open books here, aren't we?
Honesty is best policy.
Not always.
Honesty is virtue. Honesty.
Will get us killed.
I never heard that one.
You'll learn it.
All right, so the night is coming to a close. Werblund, what are you doing?
Walter's in Allhaven, yes?
Walter's in Allhaven. Correct.
So has Shady Jeff informed him of this operation or no?
You're not sure, but Shady Jeff did go off to put things in motion, so you can probably assume that Walter knows.
I'd like to go find either of them and link up with them in the city.
Okay. The best place. Make an intelligence check really quick, just to.
Intelligence. Nat 20.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
You know, you're like using your years of mercenary experience. You're like, well, if they're going to be setting anything up, if they're planting anything, it's going to be at the docks, where things are unloading right now. That's the first place you should check.
Yeah.
So, do you put on your Captain Allhaven outfit, or do you try to sneak in just as is?
Would they admit me without the outfit?
You haven't attempted, but probably you're going to have some issues if you just go walk into town as a deep gnome.
Okay. Let's do the outfit.
Okay, so you change really quick into your Captain Allhaven outfit. You go up to the gates. The guards there salute you. It's like, Captain, welcome to Allhaven, sir.
Hail! Thank you.
How's your night going?
Spectacular, my friends.
Good, fantastic.
It's a little bit of twitching behind that.
Are you here to take part of the festival?
Oh, we're just here to do some routine security under
Alright.
the orders of the guard captains.
All right, very well, sir. Carry on. All right, they let
You fellas have a wonderful night.
We will. They let you through
Fellas.
the fellas.
said fellas. What kind of word is that?
you grumble as you walk through the gates. You recall where the docks are, so you make your way there quick enough. The docks are thrumming with activity, even though it's late at night. People are taking things on and off the ship. You see that a few cages of animals are being unloaded right now.
Okay.
And you notice that a couple ships back from the row, there does appear to be what looks to be similar to the prison ship you guys arrived on. It is obviously a ship to hold people.
Yeah.
You do notice Walter and Shady Jeff at the docks. They have a clipboard. They notice you coming, and they're like, Captain Allhaven, how's your evening?
Hail, friends.
What can we help you with, sir?
Just doing some routine security checks. This vessel here, the prison vessel, has arrived. Yes.
It has arrived. It's just like 2 ships back.
Okay.
Yeah.
That ship looks of interest. Do you know anything about it?
You know, sir, we agree with you. That ship does look a little shady, right? What could a prison ship be doing at the Allhaven docks? Seems like something's out of order. He reveals under the clipboard, he slides it over, and you see this small package of ambrosia. And he's like, looks like we're gonna have to investigate.
That sounds like a plan, soldier. Let's get in there and kick some ass.
All right. So what's going to happen is you wait a little bit for the ship, the prison ship, to dock proper with the dock, and you see these kind of thuggy-looking sailors. They start tying the ship to the dock, and they start opening up cargo. And Shady Jeff, Walter, and yourself just march right onto the ship. Walter, very friendly, stands on dock and says, "Excuse me, hi, surprise inspection. You know how politics are. Get off the ship, all of you." And they're like, okay.
You heard the man. By the power vested in me by the Havenspear clan, get off this boat.
Shady Jeff's like, it's not a clan. It's just a name. It's not a clan.
They don't know that.
We have it just for future.
Yeah, okay, just get him off the bloody boat.
The sailors start getting off the boat. So very quickly, at least on top deck, what's only you, Walter, and Shady Jeff are left.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Okay, lads. You need to plant this probably somewhere near the captain's quarters.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking.
And then record a layout of the entire ship while we're here. It's going to be important. Let's search the whole ship and see if we can find anything related to her. Yeah?
Right.
Go.
Okay. So you three split up. Werblin, roll investigation, please.
Yes.
On this ship.
4.
4.
Yeah.
You find cages, but they're empty. Right?
Okay.
You find holding cells, but you only find a couple of circus animals. Right?
Nothing is unloaded from this ship. This just got in, right?
It just got in.
Okay.
Right. You find cargo, which is just basic supplies. You do find the captain's quarters, but it appears to be locked. And that's what you find with your roll so far.
Is there a way to like pick the lock?
I don't think you have thieves' tools on you, but you could try to. Let's see.
Nah, I did, but I don't anymore.
Yeah. You could try to roll sleight of hand just to see if you can shimmy the door open.
Dirty 20.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You go. The door is not of the greatest quality, so as you're doing like one of these, just sort of.
Just like old times.
Right. Walter peeks in. It's like, hey, did you? Oh, hey, the captain's quarters. Perfect.
Had a shite lock on there too.
Let's check it out. You open up the room. It's not lavish or anything, but it is a fairly well-spaced office. There's a couple of really crappy art pieces on the wall. There's a main desk in the center of the room. There's an ugly rug running down most of the center. There is what appears to be a safe on the wall, like most captain's quarters will have. That is what is in the room so far. You see.
Okay. I'm going to ask Jeff. All right. So given the law enforcement behavior in Haven, what's the best way to go about this? Do we plant this here, find it later, and then use that to stage the raid, or do we come out and pretend we found it here?
I think we should wait till later when we have more backup. Because if it's just you, me, and Walter, you can't guarantee things will go right, you know?
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to investigate the room further.
Okay, I'll roll investigate.
12.
12? You do find a key in the desk. You find several keys, actually, like a ring of them. You find a manifesto of the ship. It's long and very detailed.
Okay.
Saying exactly the cargo this ship holds. Right? And as you're going through the manifesto, a few things catch your eye. You notice the page with the prisoner docket is fairly full, which is strange because you haven't found an area on the ship with, live cargo. But you do notice that there are many little things like 1 knoll, 1 cobalt, 1 deep gnome, 1, and it goes on and on and on. But your eyes do go to the deep gnome. There is a deep gnome on this ship.
But we searched the entire thing. Yeah?
You've searched it and you can't find anywhere that you can even hear prisoners. Either there's a hidden latch somewhere or this is a false manifesto, but it doesn't seem shady. It could be that you just missed something.
We need to search the ship again.
Okay, but we're running low on time.
Okay.
So,
Tomorrow. No, we can't wait till tomorrow. Can you get anyone else down here?
we can try. Do any of your friends want to come help?
They do, but they wanted to go to sleep first.
All right. Well, let's.
What if I went to get them?
I mean, we'd only have a small amount of time for them to come here and help you search, but we can do it. He's looking at his wrist like, not sure why I'm looking at my wrist.
Look at this. There was a deep gnome on this ship. The ship hasn't unloaded its cargo. Why does the manifesto say it's still here?
It's a big ship. It could be we missed something. Tell you what, if you're going to go get your friends, go get them. We're going to keep looking.
Don't let anyone else on this vessel. You hear me?
Gotcha.
I'm going back to Pharaoh.
All right. You as quickly as you can. They let you borrow a horse, so you can get back much faster.
The visual of me riding a horse is hysterical.
Right, you're attempting to. You're just like, this is not suited for my folks.
Bugger.
You're like surfing on this horse. You're like, I'm just gonna make this work. So as you guys are settling in for the night, you hear the galloping of hoofs coming back into town, and you look out the window, and Warblin's back sooner than expected.
Oh, did you find it?
I found a manifesto stating that there was a deep gnome on a vessel that hasn't been unloaded, but we couldn't find her. We need to go and raid the shipyard. We've planted some illegal narcotics on one of the vessels, so we have justification as the Haven Spears to go in. I just need your help. We can't get any guards, and I can't.
Go now.
I can't believe I'm asking this, but please help me with this for the love of gods.
Illegal narcotic. You took my advice.
Wait, you said
If this all goes according to plan and doesn't go off the rails, you can have them.
Really?
Yeah.
You said as the Haven Spears.
We have to, as law enforcement.
What's the red with Haven Spears? Pluck?
Oh, nothing. Let's all like get up in, our little racist costumes and go fight crime.
Pluck.
Sounds good.
You know I don't like being Captain Allhaven. It's the embodiment of everything I hate.
With great
Capitalism,
Balance.
authoritarianism, really anything related to human people.
great responsibility.
Yes, actually. All of those things. But I play the part anyway because it's going to get us what we want. Please, for me, or at least for an innocent that's been caught up in all this.
When you get your daughter, are you just gonna leave us?
Not if you help me.
Oh. When you get your daughter, how would she like to be my personal assistant?
All right, well, we'll talk about that later. We should probably go.
All right, so are you?
I washed up on this island with you lot, hating every single one. I don't trust anybody.
That's fair.
I haven't done it in many years, and with good damned reason. If you could do this for me, maybe I can put trust in strangers again. I've never asked anybody except my brothers who were slain years ago for anything like this, but I don't have a choice now. Hell, I just met you and you're trying to get with me, so hey.
It's been a long time.
We can go on a date if this all goes according to plan.
You have my axe.
There's one. Can I get a two?
You have my snake.
Wait, is that you or was that the other snake?
That was snake.
Yes.
Snake. And what do I have weapon-wise?
Hands.
And my hands.
Three.
And my hissy
Three.
tongue.
Okay, great. Trickster, Pluck,
You want my demon?
if you can control yourself.
We're friends now.
Well,
yeah.
all right. We're all friends here, aren't we? Sorry.
Hey, I'll go. I'll go.
Pluck,
Pluck looks at Werblin. It's just like, I want you to know, first and foremost, I could care less about your trust. But someone is wrongfully being kept, and that's not right. So, it's not for you, but I'll go.
from one father to another.
Pluck is just like, he like shakes his head and just,
Okay, yeah, all right.
It's a cultural thing. It's a cultural thing.
I'm being polite.
All right, so you guys are taking off tonight then to go raid this dock.
looks
Guess
like it.
so.
All right. So in order for you to pass undetected or at least unmolested through Allhaven, you will probably have to put on your costumes. But for you, things are a little more Dicey.
Hey.
How will you handle this abomination minotaur going with you?
I'm right here.
There's
I'm so
Does
sorry.
anyone have like disguise spells
Yes.
besides polymorph?
Let's go to Great Kovac's room. His costume here.
That's true.
I don't think it would fit.
We can make do.
There's also the possibility that we pretend that she's some kind of political prisoner.
I don't think anything political wants undead.
Let's go with the costume.
Can I? It's like nighttime.
It's
right now,
nighttime,
right?
yeah.
Could I just try and cast Pass Without Trace? Well, I can, but then can I do that and be like? So Pluck just kind of puts his staff down. He casts Pass Without Trace, and he's just like, "What's come the worst? We can try and sneak it around."
That's true. I also have invisible powers. Or I can multiply her.
Hey, why not?
I
both?
trust his powers more.
Pluck looks at him and goes,
What?
"Oh, that's a mistake."
But he turned you into giant creature.
If you do go up to Kovac's room, his costume for Hyperion Hell Phoenix is still there. It's a snug fit. If you'd like to attempt it.
Can you do a booming masculine voice and pretend that you're the savior of Allhaven?
Is this convincing?
Roll performance.
20!
Natural 20? Holy shit! Okay. So, in an astonishing turn of events, Tala walks into Kovac's room, and what very much appears to be Kovacs walks out.
Whoa!
Oh, just like tall.
No, she's tucked. She's
Is
crouched.
the bowl gone? Like,
You've hidden it under his enormous
armor.
costume. You, from all it just looks like Kovacs, but just a little hunched over.
Kovacs.
it's me, Tala.
Wow!
I'm in disguise.
Her voice even matches Kovacs, like
And what was Kovacs' hero name?
Hyperion Hell Phoenix.
Hey, just in case you needed to know. That's what they know you as.
Do the wing thing.
Close enough.
You're flapping, you raise your arms, and two enormous wings shoot out from your back and go straight up. It's very impressive looking, but your arms just kind of hang like this afterwards on them. It's very hard to get them back in.
You have to have someone else's head to get them back.
I tried
And
to
think
look
it's through.
very good though.
Push them
very
back in.
good.
Yeah, Trixa helps you to shove them back
but I
in.
have to jump really high.
Right. Right. So every time you raise your arms,
So don't do that again.
that happens.
Right, save it for the photos.
Well, the band is back together.
And I am Kenku Commander.
Captain Allhaven.
Baby bird.
Plucking.
Hyperion, Hellfire?
Hell Phoenix.
Hell Phoenix?
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like an explosion outside. Tyler, you're special effects guy.
Allhaven, hell yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
You guys march off towards Allhaven. You guys take a wagon. It's a faster. You pass the guards who salute you again. It's like, oh wow, is everything all right, sir? You're bringing more of the squad tonight.
We've got a ceremony tomorrow, and there's not much time to prepare, soldier.
That's true, sir. That's true. Please be on your way. Have a good night.
Be honorable. Be Allhaven. Buy more adamantite.
You do this, and one wing just sort of. One guard's like, that's so cool. I
Oh,
love that it does.
don't forget, I am Bird. I am so afraid of everything.
You say as you pass the guards. Okay, ma'am. Right.
How'd I do, Pluck? I think I captured the essence of your entire species very well in that one sentence.
Deeply racist.
Is it?
Deeply racist.
That's not the first time today you've been pretty racist.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize.
Like a few minutes
I
after you guys are gone, one of the guards is like, was that racist? You guys make it to the docks. You notice that there are a few more guards hanging around now. Walter and Shady Jeff have called in support. The crew of the ship are kind of pissed because they're like, let us back on the ship. We need to unload stuff. And the guards are just like, no, you stay here. This is a blah 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 search. You can't go back on the ship. Walter and Shady Jeff see that you've arrived, and it's like, well, on the ship. The sailors are a little perturbed that they seem to be calling in more and more guards, including yourselves. So they're like, what is the problem? Did you find something illegal? And the guards aren't telling them anything. So yeah, you guys make it onto the ship with Walter and Shady Jeff. Shady Jeff comes up to you, Werblin's like, okay, so the bad news is we still haven't found where they might be keeping your daughter. The good news is we basically have reign of the ship for as long as we want, well, at least until the morning ceremonies begin, so...
Oh, we're not just going for the ship.
What do you mean?
We're raiding their whole operation. I want every inch of it searched.
Every ship?
Every ship.
Werblin, I don't know how to tell you this, but a few of them have already unloaded and left.
Then we're going to inspect the rest of their cargo afterwards. But cut off all the ships, don't let anyone else on them. Prioritize this one, but search all of them.
We're gonna do our best.
Just keep bringing guards as they become available.
Right.
Find the illegal cargo, use it to justify the raids, just as the plan went, right?
We've already stashed the ambrosia in the captain's quarters, so at any point we can find it. You just let us know.
Well, delay that as long as possible.
Okay. All right, so now that all of you are here, if you want, you can all make investigation rolls to search the ship.
Hey, Tala. What do you call
Hey.
two docks?
What?
A
do you call-
paradox. A little maritime humor.
Ah, wordplay.
You.
12.
12,
17.
18.
17, 18,
12.
12. While you guys are searching through the bowels of the ship, Tala and Trixa, who have gone off to another side, Tala, since you're very heavy, you're walking along.
I'm sorry, what?
You're a very heavy minotaur monster.
Voluptuous minotaur. Thank you.
Voluptuous. You're very voluptuous.
Continue.
All right. Your voluptuousness causes your footstep to ring down on one wooden plank that sounds far more hollow than the others. And that catches your attention, and also yours, because you're right next to her. That sounds like a fake hatch.
Little girl with demon child, or demon thing, come investigate this.
I go to pull on it.
Make a strength check real quick, because it is pretty solidly built in the floor.
12.
12?
Can I make a strength check?
Yeah.
You're a minotaur.
12.
12. Both of you together, this is a pretty solid piece of wood. You're like this monster going like, oh, why won't it budge? But eventually both of you manage to ply this piece of wood away from the floor, and you peek down, and it's Trixa, do you have dark vision? I think you have either dark vision or low light, right?
I don't think so.
No?
Probably
Okay.
not.
Are we not there with them?
No, because you guys are searching in other parts of the ship.
Wordland.
In which case, you don't see anything. It's very dark in there. But obviously, this is a hidden compartment of some sort. It's the one plank of wood is a little, you might be able to get through, but obviously not you. You're going to have to continue to pull up this floor if you want to try and get through this.
I light a match.
Light a match? Okay. You light a match. You kind of look down. Do you drop the match in, or do you just sort of like... What, you have torches.
I do, but I don't know how much room I have in here.
You have enough room.
Oh, okay, then I use the match and light the torch.
Okay, so now you have a torch. You sort of peer down this hole, and you notice there are steps. There are steps leading down into the bowels of the ship.
Steps.
Can I fit? You're saying she can, I can.
She can. You can't unless you just sort of start tearing the ship up. Which you can.
We're supposed to be stealthy, though, right?
I start tearing the ship up.
All right.
Cool. Trix is like, well, there you go.
Thank you.
Should we go get others?
I have a feeling that she will light things on fire, so no, I do not think we should bring the fire bringer.
Maybe we could just get Warblood.
Okay.
She's like,
Do I have any way to know where to find the others?
I mean, they're all around the ship.
Are
so
they
you
all
could-
together?
I'm with Warbland.
Alright, so those two are together. Pluck, where are you at?
I don't know.
Oh.
I low rolled, so I'm just like looking around the ship. Like I'm probably still like at the entrance, just looking around, trying to like decide where to even start. It's
Right.
like
So Pluck's indecisive. He's just sort of looking around. Werblin and Anya, they're probably searching beneath the ship somewhere. So if you guys are in like the same area, so if you call out to them, they'll probably hear you.
Warblood.
Wait, before
Yeah.
Warbland.
Just Warbland.
Just Warblood.
I have an important question to ask him.
yeah.
Warbland, you always asking, where is my daughter? But maybe you should be asking, how is your daughter?
If she's locked away in a ship somewhere in a
Yes.
cage,
Yes.
she's probably not too good on ya.
Oh, really?
And
Oh,
I just walk away towards them.
You come upon their group and you find this hidden passageway.
I would have heard them
before.
calling, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna go toward that. And they're like, a decision.
Yeah, you come across this open pit with stairs leading
Oh,
down.
hello. All right. Hand me that torch.
Here.
Thank you, lass.
Although I think
I
you
go in.
can see.
Yeah, I have dark vision, but I'm gonna hold it anyway.
Makes him feel
You-
powerful.
You whisper as he descends.
It's a very, that's a very good look. It lights your face.
As you descend these steps, these creaky wooden steps, you start hearing more and more activity down below. You start hearing soft breathing, some crying.
Question: Is my pass without trace still in effect on everybody?
That's for an hour, right?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just making sure. Cool.
Yeah, deep below, the smell coming out of this room is bad. There is flesh being held in here. And the torch slowly illuminates first a cage, then several cages, then a line of cages, then the entire room you see is filled with living cargo. From all different sort of races. They look at you with fear in their eyes, and they become hushed, as if they were trained to not say a word. And this passageway of cages and bodies goes on for a very long time. And that is where we're going to stop this session. We'll pick up next time.
From here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah! Yay!
Well, that's not heavy.
No, man!
It's voluptuous.
Yes.
Voluptuous. Well, thank you guys for tuning in for this episode of Dark and Dicey. And Amanda, you're going to be with us next week too, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Are there any announcements before we start wrapping things up?
My album just came out on Friday.
You were just making lots of music.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was gone because I was traveling, but then right as I got back, the album came out, and we did an EP release show here in LA last night, and it went very well. And I'm very excited. Check it out anywhere you get music, just under Zach Callison, A Picture Perfect Hollywood Heartbreak. And I'll be taking it on tour with this guy here later this month. So.
Yep. Which brings us to what we've been talking about. The Paid and Exposure Tour starts next week, next Friday, the 17th, in Nashville, and then we're going to Detroit, Chicago, Burnsville, Denver, Seattle, and Portland. Tickets are at natewantsToBattle.com. So we're both going to be playing live show, concert, playing our music, and it's going to be awesome. So come hang out. It's going to be great.
Flavors of Youth is on Netflix. I'm in an anime movie with Evan Rachel Wood. Rachel Evan Wood.
Evan Rachel Wood.
Thank
One
you.
of those.
And Ross Butler. Check it out.
Yeah.
Shout out to the person who tweeted the picture of the Werblin doll that they made. It's super cute. Love that. Hashtag more Werblin fan art.
God. Now it's all gonna be like OTP, like fan art of your Werblin and like Tala together.
It's already been labeled Tallblend in the chat, by the way.
Tallblend?
Yeah, the whole episode long, yeah.
Tallblend.
Much love.
I ship it so hard.
Are we just like plugging in?
Yeah.
Go for it.
It's not necessarily new, but we have this web series, Ghosts and Stuff Inc.
That's true.
Me and KG are in, and Cristina was
is in.
the latest episode, which was posted like a year ago. Still, it's funny. It's like Parks and Rec meets Ghostbusters, so watch it. Find it on
That's
YouTube.
great. It's hilarious. All right.
Cool. I have a podcast. Yay!
Yay!
Fantastic Geeks and where to find them. It's on all the things.
Excellent. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. And please come back next Monday, 7 p.m., same time, same place. We're going to find out what happens on the ship, y'all. All right.
I'm leaving my dice here.
Oh, yeah, that's
I'm
right.
not
Your
leaving the
special
studio.
dice. Now that you have them, we can never be separated.
I'll find a way to lose them.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.